Fiakwa, Igbo man, slave. I'm not a slave. Oh. Anybody that is trying to look at Igbo man as the last class or slave, Igbo man a slave in Nigeria. Slavery, servitude. Servitude is coming, and they are the one that is going to show the worst part of slavery in the history of this world. We turn all of them get men in the southeast. Who is a slave to them? See, let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu must come out. Nnamdi Kanu must come out. This time around, I can see United Nations, I can see the West doing something about it. Remi Tinubu's fear is true. Much pressure on Tinubu. You are busy sharing Nigerian money, and then Nnamdi Kanu should remain there. When your so-called ministers, all the government advisors are busy cutting billions into their what? Into their various accounts. And everybody is pointing accusing finger at Nnamdi Kanu because they are thieves. None of them want to do the normal thing. Nnamdi Kanu must be out.
Answer him, Zeke. He said, let us forget our differences and come together and collect this independence from white men. Ahmadu Bello told him, Zeke, let us solve our differences first. Chinua Achebe, well-known novelist, let me say from Nigeria, and well-known novelists all over the world. You know much about Biafra. You participate in cause of Biafra on behalf of Biafra. You know the truth. You know the truth of Nigeria. He was one of the learned people in Nigeria before independence. And what he said is reality. No two ways about it. The then Eastern Nigerian, including the then Midwest of Nigerian, love one Nigerian more than the North and the West. They believe in one Nigeria and nothing but one Nigeria to them. You see, when British government, no, first of all, Nigeria we are operating under three arms, North, West, and East, before the creation of Midwest. Now, Biafra produce palm products and timbers. Midwest produce timbers. West produce cocoa and cola. North produce rice and skin, cotton and groundnut. Then when they look at it, Zeke call the whole party, let us bring our resources one and make it federal resources. They said no. I will say no. Ahmadu Bello said no. Because they feel that they are producing more agricultural products more than the East. They drag. They say no. But when oil was located in Biafra in 1936, in Eastern region as of that time, 1936, by Dutch. British came out and said, let it be federal. Zeke and the Eastern region people say no. As far as these people refuse their own to be come together to be for federal. Now, is it all that will be federal? British persuaded that it must surely be federal. It must surely be federal. They succumb. Zeke agree. You see how one Nigeria started division. Then NCNC supposed to be national party because they feel that after the death of Herbert Macaulay, Zeke took over. Zeke was the secretary of NCNC. Zeke started from NCNC National Youth. I want to form Egboso Boys to characterize the influence of Zeke in NCNC. Britain advised North to form NPC to break the power of NCNC because NCNC was strongly controlled by Eastern Nigeria, and they are fighting for total liberation of Nigeria from Britain. Then when British discover what was going on, they said the South entirely, you have come up to rule yourself. Take yourself independent and leave North. North is already for independent. I will agree for Southern self-independent. Zik say no. He believes in one Nigeria. That if the South were not able to emancipate themselves together with North, British will rule North forever. Zik say no. I will struggle. Zik say no. That's why I will form his own party, action group, separate his people from NCNC, form action group, then not to form NPC. And when Zik approached Ahmadu Bello, the then Sadwana of Sokoto, ask him, call him Ahmadu, he answered him, Zik, he said, let us forget our differences and come together and collect this independence from white men. Ahmadu Bello told him, Zik, let us solve our differences first before independence. Because if we don't solve our differences first before independence and took this independence, the differences will continue as it is today. Zik said no. He believed in one Nigeria. Then Ahmadu Bello told him, you can go with your independence. Go with whatever you like. But we are not interested for independence. We don't need independence. Because they are not matured to rule themselves. Unless the South will wait for the next 15 years, but that are not may be able to govern themselves before independence. This is what Ahmadu Bello told Zik already. I will have formed his action group. You will know that it was the Easterners, the Igbos, that didn't the grave, they are falling into it now. They are the ones that did the grave, they are falling into it now. Had they been, Zik agree to delay the independence, not to force Britain, not to smuggle Britain out of Nigeria. The hatred Britain have on we, the Easterners of Biafra today, who have been minimized. And watch, from independence to 1999, when Obasanjo took over power, it almost that 15 years, Ahmadu Bello said, this was the time not to relinquish power to the South as in general. The one Obasanjo rule from 1978 to 1979 was accident, not deliberate, accident. You can see from that independent, not continue ruling until 1999, when they submit power to South. And we see that that time was almost 50 years, or exactly 50 years. Now, the same Easterners, Igbos, destroy regional government. I have to tell you the truth. Irosi was the one who destroyed regional government. And it's the government now that is killing Igbos and Biafra in general. After the failure of Uzogu revolution, Irosi hijacked that Uzogu revolution and destroy regional government and installed unity government. We then know to shout, Araba, Araba, Bamuso, Bamuso, divide, divide, we don't want.